I extend my hearty welcome to all the participants and viewer of this particular InsurTech Leadership Talk series. BIMTech is a very renowned business school based in Greater Noida, and India InsurTech Association is an umbrella organization which represents the upcoming InsurTech ventures in India. I mean, they are doing a great job, and we are very proud to have this association with them. And we decided to not only do things in office, but also to take it forward and make people aware about what is happening in the industry. And this is how this particular InsurTech leadership talk series has got into place. Already we have conducted two series earlier, and today is the third episode in this particular series. Today we talk two words very frequently. One is Industry 4.0. I don't know why don't it call 4.0? That is also a question. And also the InsurTech. FinTech was very much there for last so many years, and it transformed the banking industry totally. Today we are sitting at home, we do all the transaction. Similar kind of things are happening in insurance, and for that, the InsurTech, a combination of technology and insurance is there, and it's really changing the face of the insurance industry. That's a fact. The moment we talk of Industry 1.0, 2.0, things really change dramatically. Particularly Industry 1.0 and 2.0, it transformed the whole business domain. Country like India, who were dominating 20% of the world GDP, they became pauper, weaker. And England and Germany and that European Union, what we call today, they become the very richer. But things started going backward the moment Industry 4.0 started, when the computer and all these electronics items came. Then again, Korea, Taiwan in electronics part, and we Indian in computer section, we did very well. Now everyone expect that India, of course, Southeast Asia, in that India will be the real leader in the coming days. And insurance and financial sector are going to be the fourth factor. BSFI jisko hum bolte hain. Insurance is getting disrupted. There's no doubt about it. During the last 1.5 years, when we had this corona, it was the technology which really saved us. Now, we academicians are like Ved Vyas. जब महाभारत हो जाता है तो हम लोग कहानी लिख देते हैं. But the real warriors are those who are fighting the war. And today we have one such warrior by the name Mr. Mayank Gupta, who is a COO, Chief Operating Officer and Co-Founder of a insurtech venture by name Zopper. Let me tell you, it is these guys who slog, who put their money, who put their all effort. They fail in their endeavor, they again rebound, create another venture, and that venture creates the history. So salute to people like Mayank Gupta and his tribe for making the insurtech movement happening in India. That's the reality. So without doing anything else much, let me just share with you the official resume of Mr. Mayank Gupta. So I'm reading. So Mayank Gupta is COO and co-founder of Zopper. Zopper is a leader in device, appliance, warranty, and damage protection space, and has also entered into insurtech space very recently. They've also won one award, I believe, at Asia level. Key investors of Zopper are Tiger Global, Nirvana Ventures, Bloom Ventures. If you have bought anything from Chroma, Xiaomi, Godrej, Tata Click, Casify, Picker, or taken a loan to buy any electronic or smartphone devices, there is a very high chance that you are already a Zopper customer. And as I said, Mayank, यहाँ तो जितने बच्चे हैं सबके पास बहुत अच्छी मोबाइलें होंगी मेरे ख्याल से. In the past, Mayank has been an edtech entrepreneur and had successfully ran his startup EduCard before it was bought by the Paytm. So Mayank जी ने कुछ पैसा कमाया होगा, वही पैसा फिर इन्वेस्ट कर रहे होंगे शायद. And Netaji Subhas Institute of Technology, that is used to be Delhi Engineering College, I believe, in Delhi, and is an MBA from IIM Kozhikode. He also had served in the various roles in L&T Finance, Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, EduCorp, and Coursera. So with this wide experience and so many experimentation, failure, and success, we have such a great person to share his view about the changing paradigm shift in the insurance sector. So he will be talking solo for maybe, it is his time, maybe 20, 25, 30 minutes. And after that, The floor will be open for the question answer. My humble request to all the participants, don't keep your question for last. इनके लेक्चर से जब भी आपको कोई क्वेश्चन मिल रहा है उसी वक्त आप क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन में डाल दीजिए, वरना आप भूल जाएंगे. So with this little introduction, I welcome Mayank ji. Now the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Professor Pandey, for such a great and elaborate introduction. I never thought that I'll get an opportunity to speak with such a vast audience on this Saturday morning. So first of all, thanks to you and to India Insurtech Association for inviting me and asking me to spend time with the primarily with the student community. And before we started the session, we were talking to all the esteemed professors who are part of this session. So blessed to be in their company, and also with Shubhankar Hiran, who represents IIA here today. So good morning to all the students, and thank you for joining for an insurance event on a Saturday morning. And I have done my MBA as well, and although that was about 15 years back, but still the memories become afresh when I talk to MBA students, because many of you would have come here, or rather some of you would have come here by choice, but many of you would have come here by force. But let me assure you that if you spend the next 20-25 minutes listening to what I'm saying, you will be able to understand the story which I'm trying to narrate to you, and get some interesting insights into what is in store in the insurtech industry in India. And I know that it's a boring topic, right? Insurance is very boring. Movies have been made on finance and stock markets. Many of you would have watched the movie Wolf of Wall Street, or probably Barbarians at the Gate. Recently, there was an Indian series called Scam 1992. All of these are based on stock markets and banking and frauds. But there is no movie probably that has been made on the insurance sector, because traditionally it has been one of the boring and monotonous and regulated sector. But now things are changing, and as people in the panel today might agree, that insurance is no longer what it used to be, something at the background. It is coming to the forefront, and that is because insurance is now marrying technology, and both together have given birth to a new industry which is called insurtech. And we are seeing, across the world, there are waves of insurtech that are coming in, and that is leading to a lot of innovation in the insurance insurance sector. So, before moving forward, let's look at some numbers. I'm sure many of you are from the insurance course, so you might already know these numbers. So in the United States, if you look at the total insurance premium underwritten in 2019, which was a year back, it was approximately $1.3 trillion. And similarly, if you look at the same number for India, the India annual insurance premium was only about $100 billion or $110 billion. So, largely the US insurance premium is 10 times or 12 times more than the Indian insurance premium. And the gap is so huge. I mean, you can fit a mountain in between, because it's a 10 to 12 times gap. Now, considering that India has almost 4 times the population of the US, this is a huge gap. And we have to understand why this gap is there, and how is this gap being narrowed down now. So, you might have read that we became independent in 1947, and since then, our primary goal of the government all the individuals has been to provide for the basic necessities, like roti, kapda, and makan have been the primary goals that the government and the corporate and the private sector and the individuals have been trying to achieve. And therefore, insurance always came in as something that is required by regulation, or it is a necessity, but it never came as a choice that people would make to do with their money. It never became a part of their monthly budget or annual planning that I have to buy insurance for my future, because they were already always busy providing for the basics. Also, if you add to the fact that licensing, regulation, and very complex jargon, it acted like I was thinking about it. It acted like the holy trinity of Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. Brahma is the creator. Licensing helps you create an insurance company or an insurance broker. Vishnu is the administrator, he is the preserver. So, the regulator preserves the sanity in the system. And then complex jargon. So think of it like Lord Shiva, the destroyer. These three trinity also ensured that there was, some bit of closed sector. We have very esteemed panelists here. So with the risk of being sounding offensive, but I think licensing, regulation, and complex jargon have been some of the reasons why insurance was not penetrated as much in India as it should have. But things are changing now. Things are changing very fast now. And as we see that since liberalization in 1990s, there has been a lot of economic growth. The GDP growth rates have been much higher than before, and we are a powerful economy now. And a lot of technology is coming in. Technology has been driving most of the business growth and most of the innovation in India in the last 10 years. And many of you would be aware that fintech and banking are taking the lead as far as adoption of technology is concerned. What is happening is that since technology is disrupting how finance and banking is done in India, insurance is also benefiting from this disruption, and therefore insurtech is also becoming very mainstream now. What is also happening parallelly is that our regulator, that is IRDAI, they are also acknowledging that technology can change the landscape of insurance in India, and they are also encouraging new ideas. So there have been quite a few sandbox, innovations that IRDA has supported. So they give 6 months or 12 months to new ideas to do pilot, and then they gauge the risk. They do analysis of what is the potential of this idea, what are the pros and cons of this idea. So they are acting like a seed fund, which would invest in new ideas, which would allow new ideas to float, to prosper. And then whichever idea, whichever innovation is largely doing good for the large population, large public, they will allow that idea to prosper further. Also, because there is technology, there is a lot of data, and therefore a lot of new asset classes are being created. When I say asset classes, I mean that traditionally you might have heard of only two-wheeler insurance, four-wheeler insurance, health insurance, life insurance. But now any and every kind of insurance is coming in. There is flight insurance, there is ride insurance, cycle insurance, spectacle insurance. You can also insure your pet, you can insure your camera, you can insure your jewelry. There is also wedding insurance, there is also honeymoon insurance. So there are so many innovative insurances and new asset classes that have been created because technology is supporting these ideas. Also, insurance is being personalized, which means that if I own a car and you own a car, we don't really need to pay the same insurance premium because our driving habits and driving mileage might be different. Also, a lot of contextual insurance products are being created. I'm sure many of you would have taken, almost all of you have taken an Ola or an Uber ride. When you book an Ola or when you book a flight on Make My Trip, they prompt you to add a micro insurance or a bite-size insurance by paying a very small premium, which can be as low as 1 rupee. When you book a train ticket on IRCTC, they give you insurance for a journey, for a duration of the journey. They give you a life insurance, and that is only for zero point 0.5 rupees, like 50 paisa. That's the premium that they charge. So technology is leading to all of these new asset classes, more personalization and contextual insurance products. And what is helping India's economic growth and India's insurance growth is also that there is sort of whoever has bought insurance, they are also underinsured because I might need a term life insurance of 1 crore, but I only might have a 20 lakh rupee insurance. I might need a health cover of 10 lakhs, but I only might have a health insurance of 2 lakh rupees. So while we speak about penetration being low in India, but even there, whoever has bought insurance is actually underinsured. So under penetration and under insurance are also the factors which give a lot of headroom for growth, infinite headroom for growth for the Indian insurance ecosystem. So with that context, I also, I now want to shift focus on how insurance is sold in India and, what is the relationship between the buyer and the seller in the Indian ecosystem context. And what I will also tell the audience is that if you have any questions or if, as sir mentioned earlier, please feel free to post your questions on the chat box. And maybe after 5 minutes or so, I'll take a pause, have a look at the questions, and then try to reply to some of them. So, how sales is done of insurance in India typically, and I think many of you would have realized that is that there are agents, LIC agents or otherwise, who would actually visit your home, who will talk to your parents, and they will take 2 hours, 3 hours, multiple visits to help you understand the need of insurance, and that is a one-on-one setting. The insurance will be the agent will be somebody whom you allow to be coming into your house. He or she would be referred by somebody, or he would be or she would be somebody in your circle, a relative, first degree, second degree, third degree connect. And that is how majority of sales of insurance is done in India. There are definitely platforms like Policy Bazaar and others that have surfaced and that have flourished in the country in the last 10 years. But still, if you look at the contribution of online sales versus one-on-one offline sales, online is still scratching the surface, and there is a large path that they have to walk. What happens in a one-to-one setting when an agent comes to your house is that you are at the mercy of that agent as far as information is concerned. That agent will pitch you only those insurance companies and only those insurance products for which they have been, enabled, for which they have the license. And also, there might be agents who might not keep your interest at the highest priority, but might keep their own interest at the priority. So, if I have a higher commission from an insurance company, I might pitch you that product, whereas you don't have any idea what are the other alternatives available for you. So that's one kind of inefficiency in the system, that there is information asymmetry, and the buyer does not have access to all the information that they can have to make an informed decision. Also, as I mentioned earlier very briefly, there is a lot of jargon and complicated terminology in insurance product offerings, and things like endowment are not understood by a layman. So even today, I've never done a study on this, but if I go to 100 people who have bought an endowment policy, and if we ask them what is the meaning of endowment policy, they might not be able to explain that. So there is a lot of jargon, and which also makes it very difficult for a layman to understand that what are they buying, what are their benefits, and what are the terms and conditions, which are in their benefit or which may prevent them from availing a claim. Also, because as we mentioned, the focus of Indian household has been on basics, roti, kapda, and makan. Insurance is never sold as something that will protect your future. The sellers also pitch insurance as a tax-saving product. So typically, you will see that in the months of January, February, March, there are a lot of TV ads, there are a lot of billboards and outdoor media that talks about save tax by buying insurance. And while that's a marketing strategy for a lot of companies, but I personally found it very, very counterintuitive and ethically incorrect, because you should not buy insurance because you want to save tax. You should buy insurance because you want to protect your future or protect any risk. So that should be the primary and only goal of buying insurance. It should not be tax saving. But that is how marketing has evolved, and that's the reason why people buy tax. But they don't realize that they might be saving 30,000 rupee tax, but they are still paying 1 lakh rupee premium. So by spending 1 lakh rupee, you save 30,000. You are actually paying 70,000. But that's how marketing has, changed the narrative. And insurance is bought by many people only for tax saving and not as a risk management product. And finally, technology adoption in insurance due to a variety of factors has been low. And while banks and mutual funds and stock markets were very, very fast and ahead in adopting technology, the adoption of technology came a bit later in the insurance segment. We are seeing a lot of innovation now today, but historically, technology adoption has been low in the insurance segment. So these are some of the reasons and some of the characteristics of the Indian insurtech landscape today: how insurance is bought, how it is promoted, and how it is sold. So that's the context that I wanted to set before we move forward. And probably I'll take a break now and have a look at the questions. And if somebody wants to speak out and ask their questions, please feel free to do so as well.
That was wonderful. That was wonderful, Mayank. I can tell you that you've actually sparked the interest amongst the students, at least. Just that when you were talking about the things, giving a preliminary introduction kind of a thing, you mentioned that probably there will be no movie on insurance as such. Of course, I don't blame you. because you are almost similar generation to what my students are at the moment. And Professor Pandey, Chaturaj Saab and I, we belong to the extinct generation, so as to say. But there was a very popular movie by the name Oh My God, where Paresh Rawal was there, one of the protagonists, and Akshay Kumar was there, and the entire movie was built around the theme of an insurance policy, wherein the fire insurance policy was, of course, it was depicted incorrectly, but nevertheless, that movie actually sparked some interest amongst the people as to fire policy was all about. So that was one thing. And secondly, I absolutely you, HIV. It is one of the vibrant and lively subjects that we have. And the important thing is that particularly people like you are the one who actually put
हेलो मैं हेलो कुछ गड़बड़ है sorry.
Yeah, sir. Am I audible, Pandey sir?
Yeah, I can listen to you. I think Pratik sir connection is giving trouble. No issue. So I don't know which movie sir was mentioning, but in the meantime, before we go for the questions, because already I have 3-4 questions, I would like to know a little bit about your own venture, Mayank ji. In what way your company is serving the insurance sector?
Sure, sir. So, in fact, I have a couple of slides that I wanted to share in the later part of the discussion today on what does Zopper do and how are we trying to solve some of the issues that persist in the insurance domain. So, if you recommend,
okay,
I can
then
start
I mean,
right
if you have
now.
planned like that, we can take these 2-3 questions. No issue. So
Sure.
one question is from Miss Naisa. I think she's a newly admitted student in our course. How insurtech can penetrate into rural sector of India? So she's worried about how can we improve there.
Right. Sure. So that's a very important, relevant, and pertinent question. And thank you, Naisha, for raising that. Today we talk about two Indias. One is called India, and other is called Bharat. And in fact, a lot of new startups today, they have started calling themselves as they are building for Bharat, because they're building for this new segment from where bulk of the growth of the country will come from. Also, if you look at the population segments that live in rural India, they are still more than the population segment that lives in urban India. So some of the ways in which the rural population can benefit from insurtech and how we can penetrate is not by creating any new distribution models and not by creating anything new. We have to ride on what exists in rural India. So, for example, if you go to a village or if you go to a small district, you will find today that there are a lot of banking correspondents. You will find that if you go to a post office, there are a lot of digital services available there. You will find that there are a lot of kiosks that Government of India has put where you can do a lot of Aadhaar-enabled transactions. So when there is a lot of infrastructure that has been laid by the government and by a lot of private bodies as well, we have to ride on that infrastructure. We have to ride on that distribution capability to provide for insurance to the rural sector. So some of the ways of providing insurance is that, for example, there is an Anganwadi where the females go to get some livelihood and other means of employment. At Anganwadi, the Anganwadi workers can be empowered to sell very simple insurance products. And because there is a lot of trust, there is understanding, and there is a lot of context about insurance there, that can be one of the channels through which insurance can be given in the rural segment. Similarly, there are a lot of Aadhaar-enabled payment services companies today that have many thousand or several million merchants in the country who are selling, who are providing Aadhaar-enabled payment services. So through that Aadhaar-enabled technology, one can provide for insurance. There is another very large segment which is microfinance, and microfinance has today reached each and every corner of the country. when somebody in a self-help group takes a microfinance, even that creates a context and ecosystem for buying and selling of insurance. So these are some of the ways in which technology can help existing distribution channels to sell insurance. And we don't need to go there with very complicated products. We don't need to go there with endowment products or ULIP products. One can go there with very simple products, which could be personal accident insurance, which could be very simple health insurance, or a hospicash kind of a product, which gives them money if they're hospitalized. It could also be a term insurance, which is very simple and straightforward. So the beginning of the journey for the next 4 to 5 years can happen by introducing basic products via technology, using existing distribution channels, and gradually the ecosystem can be matured and more complex and more innovative products can be launched. So that would be my take on how insurtech can penetrate into rural sector of India. Happy to hear opinions from other panel members on what are your views on the same.
Thank you for answering this question. Pratik ji, आपका connection बीच में break हो गया था. All of us are really eager to know what was the name of that movie.
Oh my God.
Paresh Rawal नहीं आ रहा है.
Paresh Rawal and Akshay Kumar. Fire insurance policy पर था the entire, and the protagonist takes God to the court, saying that, okay, if he's the one who's actually responsible, then I'm going to sue God for that.
एक और मूवी थी, हालांकि उसमें थोड़ा निगेटिव कनोटेशन था, वो भी परेश रावल था ना, गोलमाल या क्या था कि वो डेड बॉडी को प्रिजर्व करके रखते हैं कि इंश्योरेंस वाला आएगा देखेगा. आई डोंट रिमेम्बर द नेम ऑफ दैट मूवी. Malamal Weekly. This is what my daughter is saying, something like that. Anyway,
yeah.
So there's a question from Mr. Shakir. He's also supposed to be the young student. How is the insurtech ventures are helping in claim settlement?
Sure. So while that's a very big topic and there could be a lot of answers on that, I'll give you a brief overview of how technology is helping in claims. I'll give example of motor insurance, which is a very straightforward example and relevant for all. So let us say your car met with an accident and there is a damage to the body of the car. Traditionally and typically what happens is that you will call the call center of the insurance company. You will tell them that, hey, my car met with an accident and I want to file a claim. The call center executive will tell you, okay, sir, we will assign a surveyor or an inspector to come and visit your premises, and they will look at your car, they will assess the extent of the damage, and then they will submit a report, and basis that report, we will tell you how much claim we will pay to you. Then after some time, few hours, the surveyor will call you, he will take an appointment from you, and you will have to go to college at that point of time. So you will say, I will be in college, come in the evening. He will say, sir, my working hours are 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. I cannot come in the evening. Or you might be working, you will say, I work from Monday to Friday, you come on Saturday. And he will say, sir, I don't work on Saturday because Saturday I have to go to office for my weekly review. So what will happen is that just to set up an appointment with the surveyor, you will have to do several phone calls, and the survey may happen at your preferred time or not. Also, there is a concept of doing survey within few hours. So there could be a cutoff of 48 hours or 72 hours from the date of accident that the survey has to be done. Now, that was a very complicated process and lot of pain happened to all the parties. Today, what is happening is that there are insurance companies who are just saying that if your car has met with an accident, you download our app, take the photos of your vehicle from multiple angles, take a small video, and upload that video via the app to us. And our underwriting team is the one that analyzes the risk. Not the underwriting team, our risk assessment team, the claim approval team, they will look at that video and the photograph, and they will tell you on the spot via the app that what is your insurance claim amount. So the earlier process, which involved a couple of human beings, a physical movement and availability of the car at a particular time, at a particular place, that need has been removed by way of technology. And these claims are now being handled, by using technology through the app. So that is just one example of how technology can simplify claims. There are many other examples which can be quoted, because a lot of innovation is happening on claim settlement and claim approval by using technology. And in every sphere, it could be motor insurance or health insurance or even life insurance. But yeah, I think that might give you some idea of how claims can be simplified by using tech.
To supplement your answer, I can share with the student that in Singapore, of course, all the things have not been brought at the at the company level, because depends what kind of status that company technological platform is there. But in Singapore, there is one company which is experimenting using the blockchain, looking at the photograph of a person in the obituary column of a newspaper. They are simply straightway settling the death claim. But it requires the confidence level between the credibility of that newspaper, then that gentleman should have the policy with the same company and all that bank detail. But this has happened. So no need of filing even the claim. फोटो अगर अखबार में आ गया कि मिस्टर एक्स वाई जेड मर गए और उनका अगर पॉलिसी उस कंपनी के साथ है, दे आर स्ट्रेट वे. बट क्रेडिबिलिटी की बात आती है. हमारे इंडिया में हो सकता है कि फिर लोग फोटो छपवाने लगे, जिंदा आदमी भी फोटो छपवाने लगेगा. So that credibility is required. Okay, the next question is from Miss Charu, and very genuine question.
Subhankar, yeah, sorry. Sir, I would like
please.
to add to this, it's a very interesting question in terms of the claims and how does, insurtechs helping claim. Now, one of the biggest issue with settling claim is the trust factor and the challenges around fraud. And that's where I think insurtech is playing an important role when it comes to at the point of underwriting that, your trust factor. So whether it's a video KYC, whether it is, liveliness check from a life insurance point of view, it gives a lot of credibility and credence to the fact that if the claim comes from this person, it is going to be a genuine claim and not a fraudulent claim. And that is giving confidence to the insurance companies to actually relatively quickly settle the claim. Second is on the health side, even what is happening in India is we have auto adjudication platforms, which actually bases the information from the, hospital are approving the claim within instantly. So, health insurance claims, which takes almost a day to approve, even after all the pre-approvals, is getting settled very quickly through insurtechs, which are, the auto adjudication platform. And then obviously you have the National Health Mission, which is coming up with a digitization of the whole health data, which will further lead to, insurtech building on top of it to expedite the claim process. So I think there's a lot of work that is happening, and claim is an area of concern for everyone. So definitely, those are 3-4 areas that I thought I'll mention as well.
Thank you, Subhankar ji, and to all the participants. Mr. Subhankar Hiran is Deputy Vice President working with TransUnion Civil. They are the people who keep track record of all our credit score. So please, अच्छा से अपना EMI time पे payment करते रहिए. And he is member of the organizing team. Thank you, Hiran ji, for your contribution. Mayank ji, the next question is from Charu, I believe, and she is asking a very simple question but very tough one. What is the real state of the implementation of AI ML? कहानी और लेक्चर तो हम लोग बहुत सुन रहे हैं. रियलिटी कहाँ तक गई है सर, और पूरा इम्प्लीमेंट होने में कितना समय लग सकता है?
Sure, sir. So interesting question, and as you said, it has a lot of breadth and depth that needs to be, taken care of. But in the spirit of time, we will keep a very crisp and concise answer. So AI and ML, has been making inroads into insurance, and there has been a lot of development that has happened globally on usage of AI and ML. And it is happening at all the stages of insurance. So starting from creating a relevant plan for the buyer, a contextual personalized plan for a buyer, then moving to underwriting the risk, that what should be the underwriting philosophy, and then to claim settlement. At every place, AI and ML is playing a part. And I will extend my example that I took earlier for Saket's question. So I said that, today, if you have a vehicle claim, you can click the photographs of your vehicle and upload via an app, and the risk team will look at the photographs and approve the claim. Now, what AI and ML have done is that they have taken it to another level. Instead of a person or individual looking at the photograph, the AI and ML engine actually reads the images. There's an image recognition algorithm that works at the back end. And that image recognition algorithm automatically identifies the nature and extent of damage that has happened to your vehicle, and it automatically calculates the amount of claim that can be paid to a particular customer. So that's example from motor insurance where AI and ML is playing a part. Similarly, in health insurance, today there are organizations, insurer carriers who are giving you a smart band to wear on your wrist, and by your daily activities, by your fitness level, whether you visit a gym, whether you go for a walk, what's your daily activity, how many calories you burn. By using this, they are able to. So what they do is they collect a lot of data about your daily activity. Then they deploy some machine learning algorithms on that data, and then by using AI, they are able to predict the probability of you filing for a health claim. They also determine what kind of premium they should charge you, because if you are somebody whose eating habits are not good, who does not focus on fitness, who does not do enough exercise or workout, then you are more likely to carry some kind of health risk. So your premium will be higher. But if you are focusing on your health, then of course your premium could be lower because the chances of you filing a health claim is lower. So these are some of the examples and very simple and straightforward ones which are being used globally to by using AI and ML to improve various processes. Approximately in how much time will we be able to implement completely? I think there is no answer to that, because as we understand more, humanity and industries are all about evolution. So the more we know, the more we don't know. So AI and ML's role will never be over, or we will never be able to say that it has been completely deployed, because every year, every couple of years, new technology will come, new parameters of underwriting, new parameters of risk assessment will come, and AI and ML and new technology will come. Blockchain is being used, at many places. So it's a never-ending phenomena. It will only keep advancing. And what it will do is that it will make life easier for everybody. It could be the manufacturer, insurance carrier, or the broker, or the seller, or the buyer. So it will keep making life easier for all of them.
Before I go to the next question put by the student, I have one question, and it is not my question, rather it was a question asked to me yesterday when I was addressing a group of professionals. So I talked about them the possibility of the pre-filled application form, proposal form. I will just give my name and Aadhaar card number, and in life insurance context, all that information will get filled up by the machine itself. Right. So this is a concept. It is happening to some extent, I believe, somewhere. Now the question to me was, sir, आपको कब लगता है, कब तक ये stage आ जाएगा? Maybe Subhankar can also chip in this particular question. But for a life insurance, basically what I need, my name, KYC, my financial status coming from the income tax department, my health status, maybe it may take a little bit time because health stack is under performance, my CIBIL score, my credibility. I think only these 3-4 things are required to issue me a simple term insurance plan. So question was put to me, sir, आपको क्या लगता है? तो मैंने कहा मुझे लगता है कि 5 साल में इंडिया में भी होने लगेगा. So what is your take on that? And Subhankar ji can also add, because he's in the very core job. I think he's in the same platform. Yeah. So both of you can answer this.
Yeah. So I'll request Subhankar to lead the answer, and then I will add on to what he mentions.
Sure, Mayank. Thanks. So, sir, 5 साल तो आपने बहुत ज्यादा बोल दिया. Companies like ICICI Prudential are almost doing that right now today. See, it's very simple, because the KYC hai, now government has created a central KYC which is called CKYC, which any financial institution where you're doing, they need to provide the KYC detail to this repository. So your KYC details, your PAN card, your date of birth, and all the KYC details, and it is a valid KYC proof. So that is taken care of from there. Your income tax returns and things like that, people are using surrogates for financial underwriting. Surrogates, they are using alternate data than the actual income proof. And in fact, CIBIL is one of the, provider of that service, where 8 out of 10 life insurance companies are using our, what we call as an income estimator, to estimate the income and use that as a financial document waiver. The only challenge today is around, like you said, the medical underwriting piece, where, your medical history is currently not available. And that is something which is a challenge. But other than that, everything else is already automated.
Yeah, please, Mayank ji.
Yeah, so thanks, Shubhankar. That was spot on. And with the government of India digitizing and storing all the personal data and information of all individuals, I think it's more of a reality than a dream that this will happen very soon now. And I will give example of motor insurance because just like you fill a term insurance form, it's a lengthy form. Similarly, a motor insurance form can be a lengthy one. So what we do at Zopper, and I think many other companies might also be doing it, is that there is a database of Ministry of Road Transport called Vahan database. In the Vahan database, many details about your vehicle are already available. It includes who is the owner, when was the vehicle bought, whether the pollution check is active or not, whether an insurance policy is live or not, when was the last time insurance policy was bought, uh, when is the policy expiry date. So all this information is available in the Vahan database. Then the vehicle information is also available. For example, things like what is the engine number, what is the chassis number. So these information sets are available in the Vahan database. Vahan has now made their APIs available. So what we do is that we fetch the information of a vehicle just by getting the vehicle number. So what you do is you just fill in the vehicle number on our platform, and on the next stage, all the information that you need to provide is pre-filled. So it reduces the pain of entering a lot of information, on the form. So that's on availability of data side. What the other aspect of technology, sir, is that your existing insurance details are also available on that form that you have, the policy document that you have. So by using technology like OCR, optical character reader, and image recognition, what we have done is a buyer only needs to provide their driving license and the existing insurance policy. The photo of the driving license or a PDF or JPEG image, it can be just uploaded onto our platform, and the proposal form gets filled automatically. So name of the person, address of the phone, address of the person with PIN code, state, city, nominee details, everything is fetched from the existing insurance policy. And therefore, the insurance buying process, which was already simplified by using technology, by making an online form, it is further simplified because you don't need to fill a lot of fields. You just provide your vehicle number, you provide your RC, and you provide your insurance copy, and everything will be pre-filled. So these are several different technologies and different assets like data warehouse that Government of India is doing, which can actually make it a reality very soon. That even your life insurance or term insurance form will be auto-filled and it will be registered in the registry.
The next question is from Nisha Pandey, and I believe she is having a contrarian view, particularly in the insurance sector when there a lot of talk is required between the potential customer and insurance company. As you said, a lot of jargon, a lot of things.
Yes.
I mean, don't you feel that bringing in technology is hampering that process, that dialogue between the two parties? How to how to handle that? Because some conversation
very
is
important
required.
and relevant question. And I think we need to understand that what is the good that technology is doing and what is it that technology cannot replace. So I will go back to the example of the agent that comes to our house, sits in our drawing room and has a couple of cups of tea, and then he or she sells us insurance. Now that will still continue to happen. The agent and buyer interaction will still continue to happen. What technology will do is to solve the problems that are existent in that model. So today, the agent comes to you only with one or two insurance companies and only one or two plans that are available with them. But if technology is available, the agent can show you all the plans on a tablet, on his laptop, where plans from 10 insurance companies are available, and you have enough information to make an informed decision. That is one thing that the agent can do. The second thing technology can do for the agent and the buyer is that today the agent asks you to fill a paper form, put your photo with Feviquick, give you a photocopy of your Aadhaar, your PAN card, your address proof, and whatever. Tomorrow, when he has that tablet, he can simply make your purchase process online. And instead of you filling a paper form and then somebody putting that information in a software, doing a spelling mistake, and then you waiting for 5 days for your payment to get cleared, policy to be issued, all of that can happen instantaneously on the app. Thirdly, you don't know how many insurance policies you have bought historically. You might have got one term plan, one ULIP, and one endowment, and several other plans. You don't know where are all these plans kept because you only have physical copies, and one copy might be in some almirah, one would be in the locker, one is in the parent's house, one is in the rented house. So with technology, there can be a repository where all your plans are kept. So the idea that I'm trying to drive down is that technology is an enabler; it is not a replacement. For very simple plans like vehicle insurance or term life, the entire process can happen without having the need of understanding jargon because these are standard products. These are mandated products. You buy a third-party insurance or a comprehensive insurance for your vehicle. It's very straightforward. But when you are doing a planning, financial planning for your family, you want to provide for health insurance for your family, you want to provide for term life insurance to take care of any unforeseen need, then you definitely need to get guidance. And our existing agent and broker community will keep thriving. They will keep being a very, very important and irreplaceable, part of this ecosystem. What technology will do is remove the inefficiencies that exist today. So that's what my take is, and our organization's take is that we are not saying that technology will replace the current methods. The technology will only make it more efficient and more effective.
Yeah, adding to that, had it not been technology, the entire insurance industry would have come to a halt. All the policies are sold by agent. The only thing is that now the conversation is taking place through Zoom, like we are doing. I mean, see, this
Absolutely.
is the benefit of technology. I mean, Mayank is sitting in Noida and all the participants are from across the country, but still we are having this conversation. My request to all the participants, please don't, put the question which has got relation with technology. Don't ask opinion and in how insurance industry will perform, because this particular lecture series is all about insurance and technology. Next question is from Sambhavi, and she is asking, in India, of course, everybody has got the mobile phone and we assume that everyone is tech savvy, but that is not the case. Had it been the case, the online sale would have jumped to 20-30%. So how are you going to handle this particular aspect? Just having a mobile phone doesn't make someone tech savvy.
Yeah, so sir, I think I alluded to this fact in my earlier answer as well, that technology is not replacing human beings in case of insurance. Technology is only aiding the process of making the right product available and aiding the process of buying the insurance. It is not replacing the human being. So at the end of the day, human beings have to interact with each other to understand what is the right product for them. And insurance continues to be a subject matter of solicitation. It is not something that you can push and buy off the shelf. So I think Shambhavi, you might have got your answer. That what we are saying is not that technology will replace human beings and agents and brokers. What we are saying is that it will make your insurance buying process more informed, so that you have the right plan, you have access to the right plans, you have the right information, and it will so that's what technology will do.
Another question is from Seema Arora, and she's asking that, the same question, what efforts are being done to create that in a country where even educated people purchase insurance to save tax? So how the insurtech is going to handle this aspect?
Yeah, I think a lot of awareness is being created by the government. We all know about the campaign run by AMFI, which was Mutual Fund Sahi Hai. Similarly, there was a campaign about health insurance Zaruri Hai, last year by the government, and this was done by the Association of all health insurance companies, if I'm able to recall correctly. So a lot of awareness campaigns are run by the government. Also, government is not in the business of making money. So there have also been schemes which have been floated by Government of India for the entire country, where by paying a small premium, you get eligible for a term insurance of a couple of lakhs, you get personal accident insurance of few lakh rupees. And there is also, this Modi Care, what famously is called, where everybody is covered under health insurance. So by doing these kind of initiatives, the government is doing its bit to promote insurance awareness in the country. After, to a certain extent, government intervention will definitely move the needle. But it is also the responsibility and onus is also on the private sector to promote why insurance is required. and therefore targeted campaigns which are relevant and contextual to a particular population are also very helpful. For example, we spoke about rural India today. So if there is a microfinance company that is offering micro loans to women in that region, the microfinance company can run a campaign that these women can buy health insurance for their family, or a hospicash plan for their family, or even a term life plan for their family, because there will be a social advantage for the family in case any unforeseen event happens. So creating awareness is not just the task of the government, but the private enterprise will also have to take up the mantle of doing that, because ultimately, you benefit when more people are aware about insurance, and it is something which is being done. It will take time for the insurance education to reach the farthest corners of the country, but with the use of technology, it is happening at a much faster pace.
I think technology is doing a great job here also, because now we get so much of beautiful, social media ads, YouTube ads, and they depict the situation of insurance very well. And even if you look at least from the life insurance perspective, I can say, Simaji, that the number of term insurance plan, protection plan, which is a core insurance, is increasing day by day. To be honest, there is always, why should one buy term insurance plan? So things are improving at ground level. Another question is from Mr. Saket, and that maybe Subhankar ji can answer. The simple question is, अगर किसी का सिविल स्कोर खराब हो तो इंश्योरेंस कंपनियां क्या करती हैं?
सर, तो बहुत सिंपल है. सिविल स्कोर इज जस्ट वन इनपुट पैरामीटर, नॉट दी ओनली इनपुट पैरामीटर्स. सिविल स्कोर खराब होने से इंश्योरेंस पे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
मतलब कि मिलने का चांसेस तो घट जाएगा ना उसका?
नहीं सर, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता. ड्यू डिलिजेंस थोड़ी सी ज्यादा हो सकती है, बट मिलने का चांस, क्योंकि सिविल स्कोर सर डिफॉल्ट का स्कोर है, आपकी मेडिकल कंडीशन का स्कोर नहीं है. तो सिविल स्कोर कम होगा तो ड्यू डिलिजेंस ज्यादा होगा, नो अदर चेंज.
हाँ, अभी तो कोरोना में बहुत लोगों का सिविल स्कोर खराब हो गया होगा बिकॉज ऑफ कोरोना, लेस सैलरी, मे बी डिडक्शन, संभव है. Another question is from Sagun Pathak. This is a little bit technical. What she is saying, that you mentioned about OCR. She is saying that now insurance companies are also using the ICR, Intelligent Character Recognition. So, what is your state, sir? If it is, then what is the potential challenge in adopting such technology in day-to-day operation? I mean, she is asking about the possibility of using ICR in place of OCR.
Yeah, I think it's just a shift in what technology one is using to read the document. So earlier it was OCR, now it might be called ICR. Honestly, I have not heard about ICR so far, so I'll read up about it. But I think the fundamental question is more about whether the insurance companies are open about adopting technology or not. Which technology they will adopt is a matter of which vendor or which company are they working with, and what is the technology they are providing to them. It's just a matter of when you build a website, do you build it using a ready-made Drupal platform or a Magento platform, or whether you build everything in Python and PHP by writing the code yourself. So choice of technology is something that is left to the buyer of technology. The fundamental question we need to ask and understand is that adoption of technology is happening, and that is happening at a very, very fast pace. And I think Shubhankar will also, agree to the fact that the more we read about technology and insurance, the more we understand that everywhere the discussions today are centered around technology. Everybody is talking about APIs. When we work with about 12 to 13 insurance companies, and all of them today talk about API integrations, which means that they want to send and receive data and information not via Excel sheets or physical forms, but they want to make their platform talk to our platform by using APIs. So these are the conversations that are helping the evolution of the insurtech segment. And which technology you will use, I think it's just a matter of choice and selection.
Mayank ji, how comfortable are you about timing? क्योंकि 3-4 क्वेश्चन है, फिर आपको अपना presentation.
I'm really sorry. I have to rush to the airport because I have a flight at 1:45. So at 12, I will have to do a hard stop.
So 2 क्वेश्चन फटाफट बता दीजिए. पहला एक क्वेश्चन है मनीषा मेनन about the privacy of data. How secure the data is there with you in insurtech? I mean, बहुत सारी कंपनियां आ गई हैं, पता ना वो क्या कर रही हैं. I think she's worried.
Yes. So there are two answers to this question. One is from a regulatory and compliance perspective, and one is from a technology perspective. So from a regulatory and compliance perspective, insurtechs cannot store customer data because the data belongs to the customer and to the insurer. So also there are global regulations like GDPR, whose impact we are seeing in India as well. And so storing data is not legally allowed by insurtech. Of course, if you are a broker or if you are a corporate agent, then you are allowed to store customer data, but not if you are only a technology company. So that's answer from a regulatory and compliance perspective. From a tech perspective, today
Okay,
there are a lot of
yeah, please.
just so from a tech perspective,
No, please
there are a lot
carry
of
on.
encryption, lot of data encryption tools available today. And if you are storing your data in the cloud, let's say on AWS or Azure or Google Cloud, then these cloud servers also provide you mechanisms to protect and store your data and put SSL layers and other stuff, so that people within the organization cannot intrude into the data, and data security is maintained. So these are the two aspects of data security. In the interest of time, I think we should move to the next question.
Okay, just quickly, it is from Sarans Rathore. I believe he's asking whether this technology upgradation should be an in-house affair or it should be an outsource affair. In-house versus outsource.
Yeah, again, it depends. If you are an insurance company, then your primary DNA and job is to underwrite the risk, understand the risk, and therefore, if there is any technology that helps you do that, that you should underwrite, that you should have in-house. But if you are looking at technology that will enable distribution and that will, so you can't build technology yourself. For example, if you are a bank, if you are ICICI Bank, the banking software cannot be made by ICICI Bank because ICICI Bank is in the business of banking and not in the business of building technology. So technology is built by Infosys, which is used by ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank will also have a technology team because they will have to use that technology. They will have to integrate that technology. They will have to maintain that technology. So it depends on what is the nature of your business, what is the nature of your company. And therefore, that will help you in deciding whether technology should be in-house or out-house.
Okay. Now I would like to know about your own venture. Zopper, वो insurance tech जो आपका कुछ presentation था. I mean, that is up to you.
Yeah, so I will skip the presentation because I think we have only a couple of minutes. So what we do, sir, is that we are solving the problem of distribution in the insurtech industry. So what we are doing is that we have created a technology platform, an infrastructure API platform is what we like to call it. On that infrastructure API platform, we have integrated with a lot of insurance companies in various lines. For example, we have about 12 to 13 motor insurance companies that are available. We have about 10 health and life insurance companies that are available on that platform. There are about 7 to 8 group insurance products available on that platform. And then there are 8 to 9 different insurance companies who offer a device protection or warranty plan on that platform. Now, this is a platform which is not used by customers directly, the end users directly. This platform we provide to any business that has a captive audience. Just to drive home the example, we can provide this platform to BIMTech. And since BIMTech has a large alumni base, BIMTech can offer a group health insurance to the BIMTech alumnus. So BIMTech can create a group health insurance plan. This group health insurance can be for BIMTech students, faculty, alums, and their families. And this group health insurance can be run on the platform which is managed by Zopper. So today, our platform is used by some companies that you have already named. So in the device and appliance protection space, our platform is used by Xiaomi, Chroma, HDB Finance, then Cashify, Quicker. So these are all device and appliance use cases. On the insurance side, our platform is used by companies like Cars24. I'll explain how Cars24 uses our platform. So Cars24 is the platform where you can sell or buy a used car. Whenever you buy a used car, you still have to buy insurance because the ownership of the car is changing. So a new insurance policy has to be issued. Cars24 sells about 15,000 cars in a month, and therefore they have to provide 15,000 insurance policies in a month. So until now, Cars24 dealers who are physically located in various parts of the country, they were providing insurance to the customer by using their own means and their own network. So some dealer will have some broker who will be their friend, or some tie-up with a broking company, and the customer might know their own via their own network that where they want to buy insurance from. Now today, what happens is that Cars24 has a dealer app. So there is a platform or app that all their dealers use to see what is the car inventory, what is the price of the car, and they sell the car using that dealer app. In that dealer app, against each car, we have created a sell insurance button. So whenever a dealer is selling a car, they can also click that button and sell insurance along with the car to the customer. And this creates a very, very unified experience for the buyer of the car, for the dealer, and also for Cars24, because now about 12 insurance companies are available across their entire dealership in the country, and they can sell insurance at the point of sale to their customers. So that is what we do. We also have partnered with a microfinance company called Mitrata. So Mitrata offers microfinance loans to self-help groups in many states in the country. Mitrata also provides plans like HospiCash and personal accident cover to all the individuals who are taking loans. So when I take a loan, at the same time, the branch office that is offering me loan, the branch office will talk to me about advantages of taking insurance, and they will then allow me to buy insurance from that branch office. So these are the in technical jargon, what we say is that we are laying infrastructure pipes. So there is a pipe on one end, there is an insurance company. On the other end, there is the business who can sell insurance. From this pipe, any kind of insurance plan can flow. It could be device and appliance protection plan. It could be vehicle insurance plan. It could be health insurance, life insurance, shop insurance, pet insurance, spectacle insurance, international travel insurance. So any kind of insurance can flow through this pipe because we have connected the insurance companies with the business. So that's what we do, sir, in a nutshell. So I hope that made sense.
Thank you very much. Pratik sir, आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे before I invite Subhankar to propose vote of thanks?
Just a reminder of whatever, or a recapitulation of what Mayank and Subhankar have talked about. There have been a lot of questions coming up from the students, and some questions have gone even beyond the realm of the technological or insurtech as we talk about. That only goes on to show the success that both of you all have had in creating the awareness or letting the students and the others know about it. Just wanted to point out that some of our people have been asking questions in the chat box. So Pandey sir, the number of questions in the Q&A section are actually less. If you add those questions from the chat section, I think we need another.
We will try to answer it subsequently once Mayank ji ko jana hai to uske baad.
We would need probably another 2-hour session with Subhankar and Mayank on that session. But that was an amazing session, and I can tell you that this has laid foundations for much more serious discussions to come. Sir, all yours.
Thank you. Subhankar ji, on behalf of both the organization, I welcomed him. Mayank, you kindly send him off by giving vote of thanks formally.
Sure, Professor. And then thank you, Mayank, so much for. I think this was a really good session, and like Professor Priyadarshi said, the amount of participation that we had clearly shows the interest that the students have on this. So I would really like to thank you for your nice talk and very useful, and I got to know a lot of new things myself. And thank you, Professor Pandey and Professor Priyadarshi, for organizing this and inviting your students to be part of this. On behalf of IIA, I like to thank both of you as well for doing this.
Thank you very much, Subhankar ji, and thank you all the participants. Of course, the time was limited, so we could not take all the questions. But if at all those questions are from our own students, we will look back and then we will respond it to you to best of our own knowledge and ability. So thank you very much for this wonderful 1-hour session, Mayank ji, my partner, InsurTech Association of India, and all my fellow colleagues who were there in the background. So thank you very much. With this, we sign off.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Professor Pandey, for inviting me. My honor to have been a part of this panel and to speak to your bright students. And thank you to all the students for listening patiently and asking very wonderful questions. Whatever questions are left, if there is anything where I can put in my views, I'll be happy to sync up with you, Professor Pandey, later and send my written replies.
Thank you. So nice of you. Bye.
Okay, have a good day, everyone. Bye. Thank you.